A lesser-known family member of the KBT series, it is KBT0D Dechotom from the days of Meteorot G on the Game Boy Advance, with a kit of hyper missile, rifle, Gatling, biped legs, and the leg ability of Extra Magazine, which grants him an additional head use and additional buffs to his head part, in particular with heat and cool. Now, right from start, Dechotom maintains the family legacy of being a conventional shooter right from square one, and in fact, he also serves as a direct upgrade to KBT's KBT0C, Crotogil, who also serves as a conventional balanced shooter role. Now, with Rifle Gatling, you can generally never go wrong with. There's no major drawback or penalty for using them. Gatling does have the no evade penalty on your cooldown, but honestly, that's pretty easy to skirt and not really a huge issue to overcome or have to comp for too heavily. Hyper Missile is actually pretty solid though, as it's a gunpowder attack that is not an AoE like standard missile, but it deals pierce damage. So it is very handy for that additional pierce damage potential, which actually puts Dechotom a step above most other KBTs in that respect, as he still maintains the gunpowder and double bullet kit, but he now has two parts that deal outright pierce damage instead of AoE, a scattered AoE, and a basic rifle. Pure set score, unfortunately, I would rate about a 6.5, maybe a 7 at best out of 10. Not to say that he's bad or he has abysmal stats. He's honestly incredibly tanky. So if you're looking for that solid KBT that can take a beating and still keep on kicking, Dechotom is definitely your answer, but he does come with one fatal flaw, though, and it's the fact that his legs do have a pretty low mobility at about low mid-500s, I'd say at the highest when fully capped, but he does compensate for that with having the additional head use and the heat and cool to the head, which actually will compensate and offset the lower speed just a little bit. Not a whole lot, really. That'll make a lot of a difference, but enough that it won't severely hinder his overall performance on the field. As mixed parts, 7 out of 10, you generally can never go wrong with any of his parts. All of them are conventional-based shooting attacks. Hyper Missile you can also never go wrong with if you need that gunpowder part, but don't want to comp on your pierce potential. The legs, I'd say, are probably going to be the least useful part of Dechotom. Again, not to say that he's particularly bad, but the really low mobility on his legs really does hinder his potential viability as a pure set.